over the weekend, and he's got the flu. So now he's
Yeah, flu's going around.
they're
so-
afraid of
Should be
pneumonia.
good.
Are we on?
Yes.
Okay, we will call the meeting to order. What time is it? 6:02.
7:03.
7:03.
Yeah, behind you.
They didn't adjust the clock.
Oh.
Oh, 6:03. Right.
I was gonna say, where did he get that? I'm looking at this. Okay, roll call.
Paul St. Norman,
Maureen Buffy.
Norma Smith. Anna Sumpico is not able to attend for personal reasons, and Erin Brewster. It's the same situation, but we have a quorum, so we will continue. Has everybody read the minutes from August 6th and September, the three sets? August 6th, September 23rd, and October 28th.
Yes.
You actually approved the minutes for the August 26th last month.
Oh, we did,
I
okay.
didn't know You did, and I left them on, I'm sorry.
Oh, okay, all right,
Just
so
have the
September
two.
23rd. Has everybody read them?
yes.
Do we have a motion to approve them?
I make a motion
guess
to
that's us.
approve those minutes.
I second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? No? Okay. Has everybody looked at the minutes of October 28th?
Yes.
Yes.
Any corrections or changes? We have a motion to approve.
I make, oh, go ahead. I'll make a motion.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Oh, you
Aye.
guys need this work.
It's gonna be easy tonight.
Yeah. Well, we could argue if you want, Michelle.
Oh, no, what I meant is they backed it, made it backwards this time.
Yep. Okay.
All okay?
What?
Your motion, but that was it.
I said all in favor.
And we said,
And there
Paul
was,
and I
We
said,
approved.
and there was a
Okay,
big
okay.
yell.
Sorry.
Yes, we approve. Okay, old business, the grants were there again. Erin was looking into that and she isn't here, so we will
Table that.
table that. Did we discuss the state grant? We couldn't do it
Yes.
Yes, that was
at the last
yes.
meeting? Yeah. We couldn't do it, but we had talked about other ways to raise money. Did you look into that at all, John?
Yes, so I did reach out to the solicitor to see if there was any potential legal obstacles. He didn't foresee any. However, he wants me to now go to the finance office
Mhm.
and try to work out logistics. So
Okay.
that's my next step.
Okay, good. We have the list of meeting dates.
Yeah, please skip that. That should be in the new business. I'm sorry.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Okay. Then the next thing I have was membership. Did you look into that, John, about Ann becoming a full member versus?
Yes, so it would appear, and Michelle, correct me if I'm wrong, that Travis is still a member. And it seems that the only way that a member can officially be taken off a commission is one of two ways. If they resign, or if the council decides to remove them and they hold a vote on it. So he technically still is a full member if he so chooses. So right now, there's not much that we can do as far as just taking them off ourselves or
The town
by
council would do
moving.
that? Is that what you're saying? The town
Yes,
council would
or-
have to?
or, I mean, I don't personally know him.
He's sworn in till August of 22.
Yeah,
Okay,
so I
well, the thing
know
is
that-
on the
I know that
website,
he's-
it still had Dean's name on,
Right,
which,
it's old, that has to be updated. Cody's the only one that can do that, but I was told not to do that until we all have another meeting.
yeah,
well,
just
yeah.
until we
yeah,
figure
okay, yeah,
everything
that's
out.
fine, that's fine, yeah.
But, so yeah, Dean is not a member,
Correct,
Right.
Travis is.
Travis is.
So,
Okay.
That's why
As-
Ann's auxiliary.
yes, and as far as moving Ann up or anything like that, again, that need council approval.
Well, I realized that, but I didn't know because Dean was still on the thing and I
No,
was
Dean is
told
not
it
a
was
member.
Travis still was, but he wasn't on the website
Right.
and that caused some confusion.
Right, So I guess the way moving forward is to just put Travis on the website and remove Dean. And then that
Yeah.
way, everything
Okay.
makes sense. Everything's synced.
Do you
synced up.
know when Ann is coming up again for?
I don't know that off the top of my head.
We can get the date, get her date though, if you want me to.
I'm just curious, because
I can get all your dates, because
the way it
Paul
was,
was just sworn back in too.
yeah, you were
Yeah.
just sworn in, right?
Yeah.
The way I
Okay.
remember
Write
it,
it down.
what I was told at the time is that Travis was gonna stay on, but he couldn't attend meetings, but yet, does he ever, I never,
He hasn't been here in
And he's
more than
always-
6 months.
yeah, more than that.
Well, I know, but
But I mean, he doesn't, he's always changing his email, so you send him an email and it comes back, so I can't even reach him to see.
Hmm.
I've heard personal things have been going on. so
Yeah.
he's unreachable.
No, I know there's
Yeah.
things going on. Hello,
Hello. Does anybody know if there's any spare 6-foot length tables for the auditorium? Where they would be hiding them?
No, I'm sorry, we're not aware of that now.
Okay. Meeting,
yes,
what group tonight?
Preservation Commission,
Oh, okay.
yeah, you're meeting too?
We're meeting too in the auditorium,
Oh, yeah.
CCFD.
I figured that.
Yeah.
When I saw you.
Okay, I knew the door was open, so I
Yeah.
figured somebody had to be back here.
Yeah.
Okay, happy to see you on.
Okay,
Sorry,
thank you.
Mr.
What? They're looking
Go
at
ahead.
tables?
Yeah, tables, not a big deal.
Oh, I don't want to talk to you. I'm gonna hang up on you. I almost stalked her. I'll talk to her later. All right, so Travis is still officially in
Yes,
till August of 2022.
yes.
And he would have to be officially removed or resigned in order for someone to fill that slot.
Yes,
But
and
if-
if he's not here, I mean, we can assume he doesn't want to be.
Well, yeah.
Or can't be.
So as it is now, one of the things that's concerning Ann is that she's voting now in his stead because
Right.
he's not here. And if he shows up, she says, I've been participating and now all of a sudden, so it kind of like upsets her a bit
Right, right.
because she's the active person right now, but
Mhm.
if he were to show up, then she couldn't even vote.
Right. So,
But I doubt he's gonna show up. He hasn't shown up and
well, this is why we needed to change the bylaws or however it's set
Right,
up that
right,
when
so I
someone
think,
misses this much
Well, we
time.
voted
State
on that,
Commission
but who-
has
Yeah.
3 unexcused.
who actually, we had voted to include that in our bylaws. Who actually puts that in our bylaws? We voted on it, but who actually puts it in our bylaws?
it's my understanding that, your bylaws are one thing, but ultimately it's the council that can
Makes the
act,
difference.
that can really change anything that has any
Mm.
sort of binding effect. So I think the easiest thing to do would be if somebody can get in touch with him somehow, some way, and see if he wants to resign. And then it's as simple as,
Mm.
just him making that known, writing a letter of
Okay.
some sort and making it official.
Yeah.
And then move
I don't
forward
know if
with
any of that's
possibly
still
filling a new
active, but-
seat.
Go try it.
You try that. I have his card,
Yeah.
so, and I have another one at home because at
You
one
want this
point,
back or?
you can hold on to that.
Yeah, okay, I'll see if I can reach him. It's just,
Yep. You
We're trying to
can
make
try
things-
something there to see if you just say
so we know
that
what we're doing.
we need to have an active member.
Right. Okay,
Okay.
Pink Granite,
Pink Granite, nothing's happened on Pink Granite.
okay, because
It's my fault.
you
I
have to make
haven't
a
had
plan.
time.
Well, why don't we
Yep.
table Pink Granite till what? After the
January,
holidays,
yeah.
January,
Yeah,
and rather than keep
yep.
putting it on the list?
Until I can put together some sketch for John to be able to have along with, what's gonna happen with that
I mean, they're
so
not,
that he can do it.
the rock's not going anywhere,
No,
it's still there. So,
no,
I mean, I don't
Right.
know how long we've been talking about this, but it's been a while. Okay, so we'll just table that and
Mhm.
next month we don't need to
Right.
discuss it at all. Maureen and the brown signs.
We're just waiting. As of October 29th, I got an email that the request for the brown signs was being reviewed by the traffic engineering section. So I haven't heard anything since then, but the fact that they were already looking at it
Yeah, I
by
know.
October 29th was,
Oh, wow,
seemed like
what a surprise.
promising, or yeah, exactly.
And
But
they-
anyways, yeah, so I'm just
Yeah.
waiting to hear something else, if there,
Yeah,
whatever the
right.
next step is.
And just keep putting it on until.
Yep.
Unless you want to table that and talk about it when it happens.
I don't mind if I get an update, I'll tell you. If I don't have an update,
Yeah.
I'll tell you.
Okay. All right, well, now we're back to Reed School. The window,
The panels
Plexiglass.
the
on,
panels,
Yes,
yep,
um, it has to go to bid.
yep.
Correct.
He needs that info from me too.
Oh, is that what you were talking about?
right. So, because I can reach out to people, but without any of the
Yep.
specs, it's,
And
Not
that's my
worth
fault. I
speaking
just
up.
completely
Not a
forgot about
problem.
it with the craziness
Do we want
I've
to
had
do
lately.
the same, table that to January when you're less busy?
No, I can get that for him for December. I just
Okay.
simply
Okay.
slipped my mind
That's
and,
fine.
Okay,
and I could have got it because I was right at Coventry Glass
Yeah.
the other day, picking up some Lexan for myself.
Yeah, I just-
When I saw John tonight, I said, oh God, I forgot
Not a
all
problem.
about that.
Yeah, I just
Yep.
would
It's
need
easy
to
to do.
know, things like
Yep.
size and
Just
that.
right
Yeah.
on.
So that way, when
Yep.
I'm going to them, they have something to
okay,
come up with a quote.
okay, the society moved their things out of the school. I haven't been there, I don't know what's left in there. I know there's one desk they couldn't get out, the
big
teacher's
one,
desk, because they
yeah.
would have to take it apart to get it out. I don't know how they got it in there.
All the desks are out.
The ones that were bolted are still there, but all the, whatever else was in there, they took out. So there's a couple of desks, in the big desk is what's there. So now what I would like us to do, if we can do this, is maybe have some meetings with the Historical Society as to where we go from here. Do we work with them? Do they want to work with us? We have the building,
Mhm.
they have the information and the items.
And,
Where do we go from here?
and where will we meet?
What do you mean?
Where will we meet with them?
Where would we meet? Could we meet here?
I don't,
I mean, can we set a separate meeting? I mean, we would have to, as an open meeting, obviously, or do we invite them to come to our next meeting, or,
I think the easiest way to do it would be, because then everybody will already be here. We know
Yeah.
that it's blocked out on the schedule and all
Yeah.
the members are most likely available. So I think at the next meeting would probably be the best
Have,
option.
it's okay to have them come to the meeting and
Yes.
do it like that?
okay,
As long as they don't, I don't know what their rules are as far as meetings go, but I
well, they
imagine
don't, they
it's-
don't have to
yeah,
abide by
it's
the
not-
open meeting
It's not
thing,
a
yeah.
state law or anything like
Yeah.
that. So yeah, that
And
should
so
be
who would that be
fine.
besides?
Besides us.
besides-
Well, Sandy, maybe
Sandy.
Ginny and Susie, I
Yeah.
don't know. There aren't that many of them left.
Right.
So
That's
I'm not really
that's why
sure
I'm
who would
asking.
come. It just, I think it's a sad thing if we end up not working together. Like I say, the school's in the shape it's in because they took care of it all these years, like 50 years. They've been and they put a lot of hard work into that school. So the last few years, yeah, they weren't really paying attention because they were all getting older. But now there are a lot of new people interested. To me, to tap into your population with their interests benefits the town, not just like we own that building, it's ours. I mean, they didn't want it before, now all of a sudden they want it. How many buildings have they let fall apart? It goes back to that. You can't deny that. The Workman's Building, 20 years, they were gonna get grants to turn that into a museum, 20 years.
Yep.
And money was spent and it still was torn down. You know, Byron Reed wasn't owned by the town. By the time they got it, it was too late, but I mean, Mapledale School. You know, you wait till it's too late and then decide that you're interested. You know, with that, but there wasn't a commission before either, so.
Well, Reed Schoolhouse, you know, at least it's in excellent shape right now, so you're not dealing with one that's already
Well, true,
falling apart.
True,
so,
and it's not gonna need any work for a while,
Right,
other than
but-
the plexiglass on the windows, because it's
Yep.
pretty much done.
Right, and the plexiglass will protect them, so.
And it was the commission that
And
got
that-
the last grant, not the Historical Society, because
Yeah,
by then they were,
Right, right. I know originally it was thought that the wouldn't have to do this with going out to bid, but that will complicate
well,
things
that's
a
the
little.
difference between,
Because Coventry Glass was doing them a favor to do it at the
Mhm.
price they were doing it at, because it was for the Historical Society, so anyway.
but that's different
I
now.
will get the information for, you know, the next meeting, so we have it
Okay.
and John has it, and then he can, you know, put it out to. How
So-
many you gotta do? 3?
3.
Three
Like King
bids,
County
yeah.
Glass and,
Mhm.
you know,
Yeah.
the one in Warwick.
Right.
is-
So that, the stewardship, we have stewardship of the school. So my question, next question is, what say do we have as a commission over the remaining historic town-owned properties? Do we have a say or don't we have a say? I mean, we've got a school that doesn't need any work right now. I mean, and the commission down the road will have to do whatever to
Hmm.
maintain it. We won't be, or I'm not planning to be here the next time it needs that kind of work. But you've got other properties that the town owns or is responsible for that are kind of sitting there. Do we have a say? What is our purpose? Do we, as a commission? The railroad bridge, the rusty railroad bridge.
Yep.
It's town responsibility. They don't, I don't know, they don't own it, but DOT says it's up to the town to paint it.
And that's what, out to bid as well, or not, nothing being done on that?
To paint it.
Yeah.
I'm not,
the-
The
I'm
one
not
over
sure.
117.
Yeah,
yeah,
Yeah, because that's a historic bridge. It's probably older than Arkwright.
Yeah.
Arkwright Bridge, that's partially town owned and partially city owned. Or town responsible.
yeah. That's complicated over there. Yep.
There's, you know, Mapledale, which more than likely will be sold, but I think that's too late to
Yep.
do anything with as far as maintaining it. There's the rock at the corner of Madison Road, standing straight up. Madison and Maple, it's where the first town hall was. Was that rock purposely put there for a plaque? It looks like it was, but there's no plaque on it. It's
No, I know what
strange.
you're talking about.
Yeah, it looks like it's there for a reason. I don't think rocks just grow. I mean, it looks like it's
Mm.
placed there for a reason. But was it not finished? It's hard to know.
I'd have to resurrect my grandfather to find the
I
answer
know,
to that.
ask him. he
He would
should
know.
Hey, the police station is a historic building,
would.
not so much because of
Yeah.
age, but because of what it was. So do we have any say? Are we stewards of town historic properties or just the school?
Well,
To me, it opens the door to what, to these
you're asking a
questions.
rhetorical question that probably only the town council can tell us.
Well, you know, it just makes me think.
Hmm.
You know, and there again, why not work with people that are interested to do some of your groundwork? I know it's their decision, but why wait? Why not work with the resources you have within the town with the people that are interested? Why does it,
What about the house at Parker Woodlands and where
that was-
Maple Valley comes out, that beautiful,
Yeah.
is that owned by the town?
I wanted the town to buy it,
Oh, I
but
didn't know.
that didn't happen.
Yep.
Audubon Society sold it. It's privately
Okay,
owned
I-
now. It was
Yeah, I
part of
didn't know how
Audubon.
that
Because
worked
they
out. Yeah.
right, they consolidated the caretaker between the two properties,
They-
the one on
because
Maxwell Maze
They
and,
moved the caretaker to Maxwell Maze.
Mhm.
So there wasn't anybody at the Isaac Bowen house.
Mhm.
So they sold the house, the barn, and 3 acres of land.
It did sell.
Oh,
It did,
okay.
it's privately owned. I
Okay.
wanted the town to buy it
Mm.
as a historic place.
Yeah, because I only
At the
just
time, and of course-
remembered at one point that there was talk of that. I didn't know how that
Oh, yeah, well, we
resolved.
talk about it.
Yeah,
We talk about a lot of things.
that was a while
But,
ago.
well, we don't have any money and they still don't have any money. But, yeah, it could have been with the barn. The barn was all set up for all kinds of programs because Audubon had already spent the money on.
Yep.
The house needed work,
Right,
but.
Okay.
And it's right on the W3R. It could have been used for tourism.
Yep.
Along the W3R. So. Anyway, it's privately owned now anyway. So I'm just curious, and the other one that comes to mind is the Boys Club. What could possibly be done with the Boys Club? Something, I would think,
Which building is that?
teen center,
Anthony.
Oh, okay.
where-
The teen center?
the teen center is the Boys Club.
Is
Yeah.
that closed down now for?
Well, it's there, it's closed, yeah.
Right.
Pretty much.
It needs
And
work, they showed
They
it to
moved
us.
to here. Is that correct? They're
They're in the
using,
gym.
they're-
They're in the
I don't have
gym.
my
They-
bearings that
yeah,
way.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think it's over there. But, you know, what would happen to that building? I know it's limited in what it could be, but the town owns it. I don't think they can sell it either.
Because it was originally owned and put up by the mills.
And it was
And it was
apparently, it's in the
deeded a
deed.
certain way. Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
It can't be sold, it has to be.
Yep.
It has to be used like it has been used. It was the senior center at one time. I
Right.
had forgotten that.
It was basically a social club for the
Yeah.
people that worked in the mills and lived right around the
Yeah.
Anthony Mill.
And it's the
Yeah, it was-
Anthony
Yep.
Athletic Association that like let the town use it, but it has to go back to them if the town wants to.
So is it in disrepair? Is that why
needs
it's
a
been
lot of work.
abandoned?
Yeah,
And I'm
Yes.
gonna guess it's also gonna be victim of no parking
there's no
anywhere. There's no
parking,
parking.
no,
It's just
none,
driveway.
zero.
It would make a nice, if somebody wanted to put money into it for a house,
Right.
but, I mean, it has history.
Somebody said something about somebody opening a coffee shop in there.
There's no
But-
parking.
I know.
No parking. How would they
Have to
park?
walk there.
Yep. I mean,
Plus, they can't sell it. From what I understand, they can't sell it.
Then there's porch in the back of the wall.
Oh, it's
Yeah.
nice.
Well, that'd be nice
Very
to
nice
set
in
out
the back.
there.
The river's the best part.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind living there.
you know, it's a dangerous part of the street right there. If it was quiet, it's one thing, you know, with it as far as parking or someone parking
If you could
further,
cross
but
across.
that
the
is such a dangerous curve right there with the way the traffic comes that it's not
Yeah, nobody
safe
slows
for a
down.
lot of
Nobody
things,
slows
other
down.
than if it was a single family home or something, you
Yeah.
know?
And even then, you'd have to be careful backing out.
Yeah, you would, but I mean, people.
But, you know, I'm just curious, and I'm just putting that out there. What does that actually mean? We're
Yeah.
stewards of a building, or do they want our input on the other? How do we approach that? That's,
What is our purpose?
oh, yeah, what is our purpose? To
Yeah,
meet once
back
a
to
month
that.
and
Yep.
complain? I don't know. I don't know. I mean, there aren't that many historic properties that the town owns anymore. They're gone. A lot of them are gone.
They don't want to hold on to them,
No, they don't.
no. Because
I mean,
liability.
You know,
and
fire
maintenance.
dispatch now has been sold, which, you know,
Yep.
they're at least gonna look into preserving it. But the police station, I keep going back to the police station. I think that's worth pursuing as a historic building. I know nobody wants to hear it, but
Isn't that another building they were selling to?
I believe they were selling them at the same time, the dispatch
they were,
building. and
but
the-
nobody
the
had, well,
police
we bid at
department.
the police station, but they probably
Yeah.
laughed at our bid.
That, but there has been no movement on the police station, has it?
Not that I've heard.
Not that you've,
No,
no, it would take the right buyer. I mean, it's a valuable property because it's good size with the abutting property where the house came down. And
Just
that they were
parking,
parking,
yeah.
right, I mean, there's
Parking,
plenty of
yeah.
parking there.
and the bike path is
Right on the
behind
bike.
it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so
Hmm.
it could have certain uses, you know,
Hmm.
just gonna take the right person to do that. But do they preserve and incorporate the
Well, there again.
police station into the design of what they do.
That's
You
it.
know, that's where we should be involved, but
That's what, yeah. I had asked about
fighting
making it a
against
local, a local district and
Yep.
thought somebody was gonna have a nervous breakdown when I said that.
mm,
Um, and all that does is mean it maintains its outside character. That's all it
Hmm.
means. It doesn't mean you can't upgrade it.
right,
It just means you're willing to keep its
Ye-
exterior.
right. Like most
I work
towns
with
and
it.
cities have that the
I work with it.
exterior is, you know, kept a
has to
certain
be-
way
yeah.
in order to do that with
Yeah.
it. And then you design accordingly to incorporate it in,
Hmm.
you know, with the other. So,
So how do we determine our purpose? Are we wasting our time or?
I think the best first step would just be to maybe narrow down what exactly you want to do. Whether it's a specific building or maybe a specific project for a building, and then take that idea to maybe the town manager or the town council.
Well, we have talked about Arkwright Bridge, which is kind of like the school kind of threw us for a loop. But we're gonna start talking about that again. And I would think that rusty bridge needs to be painted. I would like to see somebody get grants to get
Is
it
this
painted.
Are you talking about the trestle?
The trestle,
Okay.
it needs paint. And somebody said, well, we don't like the color. That was historically researched, that color.
Mm.
That's why it's that color.
Weren't some of them, I'm thinking of maybe the one or one of them in West Warwick, weren't some of them painted with like with a scene on it? They
Yeah,
were
the
one
like
in,
decorative.
Clyde.
Yeah.
the
the
one Clyde.
Clyde.
Yep.
Is that the only one that was painted up that way?
Yeah.
To be,
Yeah, that I know of.
I don't know, the other one going towards what was Maisie Quinn's school, I think that one might have, but I think you're right, it's the only one, but anyway.
Well, the
Yes.
problem with scenes is they fade.
Yeah,
sure.
At least the Coventry one, it's a
Mm.
separate thing. Well, that could just be taken down and redone and put back up, and that's not a
It's-
scene, it just says,
it's about the money, I mean, it's expensive for them to do because it's over a very busy road and how they have to stage it and do everything, and that's why the town, I'm sure, is reluctant right now to do it because of
but
the
there again,
expense.
if we could get a grant, if we as a,
Oh.
could get a grant,
Yeah, but I think what I've heard, maybe John had said it, that you're talking about like a
oh
$350,000
yeah, it's not cheap.
number
It's in-
to do
It's not
that
cheap.
bridge. Was that
But
you that? No,
It's Sandy.
No, that one wasn't me.
But that's not on
No.
that's not on the state, being a state road.
It's not,
They won't.
because the theory is, and this is how it was explained to me, that DOT put in the bike path and put in all the initial
Right.
work.
Right.
But once that's done,
it's up to
it
the
The
town.
maintenance
care
of it.
reverts to the community
Mhm.
that the
Okay.
tracks are going, not the track, the bike path is going in. So that bridge reverts to the town for maintenance. Even though it was a state project, state and federal project,
Right.
and it goes over the state road. So it was explained to
Did
me.
they paint it originally? I remember it hasn't been that many years. I mean, I was around when it was painted.
Right.
Who painted it?
It was part of the project.
That was part of the
So the
bike
state
path
did it.
The
project.
state
Yeah,
did it, but they
that's-
don't want to do it now. They,
Right.
they say it's up to the community.
Once they did their work initially, now it
Now it
falls
reverts to
each
the
town
community.
that it's
I
in.
got an email at work yesterday about that, so.
That bridge?
I'll see what
The bridge?
the answer is to that person.
That's what I was told. That's what DOT told me. Because I asked Kevin and Kevin told me to ask DOT. Well, I asked DOT and they said it's up to the community.
Huh.
So you get this,
Back and forth.
yeah,
So the town would have to initiate bids for it, right?
bids for it, but it's not in their budget. We'd have to
Yeah.
come up with money that's not in
Okay.
their
I would
budget.
imagine that would be more of a grant
The grant
type of
thing.
project.
Okay,
Yeah,
That's just me guessing.
well, yeah,
Based
it's not
on
in the,
what I
bu-
think the
Yeah.
price
Obviously.
could potentially be, yeah.
yeah,
yeah.
I'm sure it's not a cheap thing, but
And
Sandy,
where would what type of grant would do that?
Is that one of those municipal,
Hmm.
one of the municipal grants?
I don't know
I'm
anything
not
about
sure.
it, that's why I'm not.
I mean,
I'm-
I'll pursue it if, I just hate to waste time if I'm. I mean, I'll check it out.
I guess I didn't ask that right. Is it something that the town applies for as a grant or something that the commission or,
Well, there again,
I
it's the
would think it's
process.
whoever wants to.
yeah? Okay.
You know, if somebody wants to take the ball and run with it,
Mm.
But they'd be a matching grant anyway, right? So the town would have to wash it out.
probably.
Yeah.
yes.
Some
Probably
are,
be,
some
it
are
would
not.
have to be most
Some are
likely
and
a
some are not.
50-50.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess it would depend on the specific rules
Hmm.
for that particular
Yeah,
grant.
see, we
Yeah.
can't apply for Champlain anymore.
Right.
And Champlain was non-matching. Let me find out. Okay. As far as putting a plaque on the corner of Madison Road, that's not a big deal.
Is that something that
Mm.
gets affixed to the rock?
This is, again, I'm just. Where
I mean, that's
that's
not-
where the first town hall was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because they used to meet in the taverns before.
Yeah.
that. And
That
then,
explains a lot.
Mm.
and then the first town hall, they only used the town hall like quarterly. They didn't meet all
Yep.
the time like
So
they
it's
do now.
Madison Road and what?
Maple Valley,
Maple
Are there
Valley.
any pictures of what that structure looked like? Yeah.
the one on Phillips Hill Road is a house now. The second town hall, it's a house now. Used to be the haunted house years ago on Phillips Hill Road. You remember that?
Phillips Hill and Provident Place, right?
Yeah, yeah, that's where the second town hall was. As far as meetings and such, the town clerk's office was the fire dispatch here in Washington. The center of the town as far as business was Washington back then. And then they would meet at that town hall like quarterly, for whatever their reason. What are you looking for?
Coventry map.
Oh. Yeah,
If I
it's,
have it on the,
there's a house on one corner, and right across, there's a corner of woods, trees and such, and there's a stand-up flat rock,
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
like it's
I-
waiting for something. Like well, you drive by it all the time.
I remember you mentioned it before.
I mean, small things like that.
Yep.
Aren't a big deal. Things like bridges are a big deal.
No. I don't have the whole thing.
I'm just gonna try Google.
Yep.
Just share this, so. Let's see. Okay, so Madison Road,
To Maple Valley.
Okay, there it is.
So, yeah, the other way, yeah. there you go.
Right there on that left corner. Yep, right there.
Yep, there
Oh,
it is.
that's
Site
it.
of old taverns, old site of school.
Yep, the other corner. Yep, yeah.
There-
See
Yeah,
that
there it
rock?
is. Wow.
Yep, there it is. That-
Oh.
See, yeah,
Yeah.
marked on there.
I wonder how
Yeah.
long ago that was set up there.
I think I'm trying to remember what was said about that. I think it was just done to commemorate where it was, that
Yeah,
nothing
it-
more than that, was done.
Yeah.
They put the stone there for it.
But you would think there should be something on it, so
Yeah.
now it is too. I mean, it's like somebody placed it there.
Yep. I'll go on one of his real old Coventry maps, see if it says more,
Because
but,
Waterman Tavern's down the road, because they used to
Yep.
meet at Waterman
Right,
Tavern, and then
right,
I forgot where I read, they said finally, as the town was growing, somebody gave them that property for the
On the
first
corner. Huh.
town hall. Rather than moving from tavern to tavern.
That's pretty neat.
So, that's another thing, we could look for a sign that goes on there.
yep,
But then what would you want the sign made of? If you make it out of metal, somebody steals it.
yeah, for the metal
So I don't know what you would, or have it carved,
carved.
have it carved.
Hmm.
Yeah, nobody could steal it that way. Yeah, But I mean, I look at these things and to me, they have potential.
Yep.
It's just.
Well,
taking
that's
on the
an
project.
interesting site because it was the first
Yeah.
town hall.
Now, did you see the poster, the wheels in green
I did.
with that plaque that it was given by the Historical Society as a memorial to the railroad? I didn't know that was out there.
No, I didn't either.
So, I think there are things that people should know. But I mean, maybe we could get a price in the spring for carving it,
Yep.
if that's okay. Now, do we have to ask the council if we can do that, or do we do it and we say, look what we're doing?
And do we have to get
Yeah,
three?
that would, yeah.
What was that?
Michelle, my first question is, who owns it?
The town, it's a town property.
Is it town property?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a town property.
Yeah, I would probably run it by somebody first. Just to
Yeah, but who?
maybe start with the town manager
Okay,
as a first step and then decide if it needs to go anywhere else. Because it's,
Then we're gonna
you know,
ask Brian,
it's permanent.
give us an estimate. We'll see what,
oh, Gil,
yep.
yeah, okay. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I'm just pretty much focusing on what town owns, because when you get involved with private property, that's a whole other thing.
Right.
Okay, so I'll look to see what I can find out about painting the bridge. And I'll find out about that rock. Well, then they had talked about a plaque on Black Rock, but that's privately owned. I'll have to
Yeah, that
look
gets
into that
into
again.
Travis's mother owns that property, so.
I think I saw on the land trust agenda
Oh, they
for their
wanted to-
meetings that
yes,
there's
yes.
a possibility that they may try to acquire that.
They're trying to sell
Yeah.
that, right?
Yeah,
trying to
so, I've heard a couple of different things that it's
Justin, what's his name?
Josh.
Josh. Yeah, he had told me that.
Yeah, so, it was brought forth to them that it may potentially be something that they'd be willing to work with the land trust on. They haven't had direct communication with anybody yet, so right now it's kind of up in the air. They haven't had anything solid yet, but
Yeah.
it's something that they're looking into and could potentially, get more serious about in the future, but there's nothing solid yet.
Because at one time there were in some agreement to put a plaque on it, but not turn it over at that point in time. But if the land trust it's not a big piece of property, it's a rock with a little bit of land.
But nothing
Well,
is in stone.
But I think the land, it's the land behind it is a house lot.
Yeah.
That they own. I mean, that's part of that whole corner parcel that they divided up into
Yeah.
house lots.
But they
Yeah.
couldn't,
There's another one being built
there
on the
some-
furthest away from it now. So the idea was to have them maybe donate
Oh.
or at a very inexpensive price, to the town so that it was the property that was abutting Black Rock. Because it would be nice if they could clean all that up and get all of the poison ivy and all the vines off it,
well,
so that it was now a prominent Indian site, basically.
it is.
Yep.
As a matter of fact,
That's how we can get it done. Get the Narragansetts involved.
They
have
wanted
them-
to do it.
I know, I'm serious.
No,
Get
they
them
wanted to
involved
do
and
it.
then maybe something will happen.
but they wouldn't let them.
No?
They
Why?
wouldn't let them.
No.
It's
Oh, you mean the
privately-
the owners didn't
Mm.
want it?
Oh,
gotcha.
okay.
No, they
yes.
wanted to clean it up and they
Yeah.
wanted to be able to use
Right.
it
Sure, it'd be
for
great.
because
Yeah.
they
Part of their
used it for
history.
their ceremonies. Yeah, no,
Mm.
they had a group that wanted to do it. And
Mm.
nope, he wanted to
Okay.
get married on it because supposedly it
Yeah.
was the site they
So
used to
it
get married.
hinges on the Bamfords and their ownership of
Exactly.
it being willing to part with it, basically.
Okay. All right, let me look into that again, and then I'll let the land trust take it
Mm.
on.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't, I don't have to fight all the battles, let them do it.
No, that'd be a good one for them
No,
to
If they're
do.
interested in it, good,
Yeah.
do it.
Yep.
I saw it on the agenda.
Yeah, okay. All right. Land trust.
I grew up climbing that thing. We can take our bikes right up there and climb that rock and look for arrowheads around it.
Did you
I
ever
went to
climb in the
Black Rock
hole?
School.
Did you ever go in the hole? That's on
I
the
don't
top?
remember. I was young, you
It
know,
was because there's a hole on the
but
top.
we did find some arrowheads.
Did you?
Well, we used to find them around back
Yeah.
then, down in the area down below
Yeah.
that, near the stream that ran down through the woods and everything back then. There are different places where
There's also
you could
this,
find them
the
back then.
Signal Rock on Clark Road,
Yep,
There's a cemetery over there too.
right behind
Yeah.
the Signal
Yes,
Rock.
there is.
Yep.
Yes.
Covered with poison ivy
Of
and.
course. One of our natural, what do you call that, habitats,
Native species.
native species, yes. Okay, all right, so anything else anybody wants to
nope.
talk about or bring up? It is 6:45. Do we want to adjourn?
You want to
Well,
go to the
you-
meeting date approval,
you-
please?
Oh,
You
the
wanted to
meeting
do
dates.
that,
We
yeah.
gotta do the meeting dates. You missed your chance, Michelle, when I brought it up.
We gotta approve today, sorry.
Okay. The list of meeting dates for next year. Is it everybody taking a chance to look at them?
Same exact weeks this year.
Yeah, the only ones that are different are November, December because of the
Yeah.
holidays.
Right. So it's the same weeks though.
So is everybody okay with that?
Yes,
For now,
Make-
yeah.
I make a motion to approve them.
I second the motion.
All in
To approve
favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay,
When is our next meeting?
December
December what?
Right there. December.
That's the-
16th. Okay.
And then the only other thing on the agenda is public comment, if anybody
Oh,
has
that's
anything to
right. I
say.
never think about that.
Oh,
Is there
how come I don't
anybody
put that- oh.
It's on there. I see it.
Is there
Just that
anybody-
Everybody else sees it, right?
for public comment?
Looks like we have Sandy on. Sandy, if you,
Oh,
there she is. 1 sec.
Can you hear?
oh, there you are.
Hi.
Hi, Sandy.
Hi, Sandy.
How you doing?
We're good. How are you?
I'm better, getting there. As far as Travis is concerned, I can get a hold of him.
Oh, okay, good. Okay,
Yeah.
That would be very helpful.
yep, good. Yeah.
As far as the school is concerned, everything is out of there that belongs to the society. Seeing that the society can't have control of the school anymore, the town wants to take it back, then so be it. They can have the expenses also. I'm sure that nobody in that town, in this town, is going to take care of it the way the society did over all these years. That's their problem now. The other thing I was concerned with too, with taking everything out of there, if there is going to be a steward, namely you, Norma, but what happens if you don't want to be a steward? You know, how many people are going to have keys? How many people are going to be going in and out of there? That's why I took anything of value out for the safekeeping. And it is now in the annex.
The commission has the stewardship, Sandy, not me.
I'm sorry, say that again?
The commission has the stewardship. If I leave, the commission has the stewardship. It's not
Right.
me that has the stewardship, but right now
Okay.
there's only one key.
Well, no, there are more than one key.
I mean, I have one key. That's what I'm
Oh,
saying.
you have one key, right?
Yeah.
As far as meetings, I don't see where the two organizations can't meet whenever we want to meet. John, does it have to be, go through the Secretary of State?
So if the commission is going to have enough members at any potential meeting that would constitute a quorum, then yes, it would need to be advertised. So, I mean, I guess 2 members could meet and we wouldn't need to go through that, but any other meeting would require the the whole advertising and meeting minutes and the whole thing.
Okay, I guess Norma and I are gonna have to discuss that. There was something else that you talked about. Oh, as far as the pink granite, I suggested to Norma that there's so much of it. I think we should be able to donate a piece of it to each of the societies, even the Payne House, Patuxent Valley. It's just a thought. I'd like all of you to think about that. It's going to cost an awful lot of money for us to do anything with it as a whole. And I mean, Norma, did you ever talk to Rainer about across from the Anthony Mill?
No, not yet.
Not yet? Okay.
I was gonna talk to the town manager. I wasn't gonna talk to Raina.
All right, have you reached out to him yet?
It's been mentioned to him, but Paul has to make.
I have
his-
to do the sketches for the design that I've come up with
Yeah.
for it.
Okay.
And I don't think it's gonna be expensive.
You don't think so?
No, because we have all the stone. It's
Right.
primarily a labor thing for a mason to come in with a small machine to set the stuff. I mean, hopefully the town would be able to transport it down in a truck so that they could take it off.
Kevin did tell me he would
Yeah,
do that
right,
for me.
that's what I remember.
Mhm.
So, overall, I don't know what you call expensive. I look at it as being anywhere from a $7,000 to $10,000 thing, if that.
That's a lot of money.
Not in today's world.
No, but where would we get it?
Well, that's the
Yeah.
thing. How do we get the money? That's one of the things we have to figure out.
Right. Now, as far as the trestle bridge, I don't know if it's still on Mrs. Dixon's radar. That was the last I heard from her. I did have a meeting with Jen Ludwig, and that $300,000 figure came up from somebody, I don't remember who, but it did not go out to bid, and she was going to work on that. So I think I'm going to get a hold of her sometime tomorrow, or at least send her an email and refresh her memory. If economic development is going to bring businesses into town, we have to start looking at the aesthetics of the town, and that bridge is in deplorable condition. And it's a sight for sore eyes. It really is. And I keep harping on the bridge, and I am going to reach out to economic development and talk to Craig Panato about it and see what he has to say. I guess that's about it. Any comments?
No, I agree about the bridge. Are you okay?
Yeah,
Okay, I agree. We agree about the bridge. Something has to be done. It's just a matter of the process.
and it just takes forever for anything to get done in this town.
I know. I know, which is sad, but if we had grant money, if we could find a grant, maybe we could, now you had some things that were going, when you first tried this, Sandy, I don't know if they're still available as far as cutting cost, which we can talk about.
What do you mean?
You said you had talked to somebody at the state level and
Oh,
know,
yes.
early on,
yes,
when you started taking on that bridge. And
Right,
then they said, well, it's on our radar, and it kind of like disappeared.
yeah,
But there again, I don't want to wait.
I don't either. I mean,
At the rate we're going, I'll be dead.
you and me both.
I know. I'd like to see it happen. I mean, that's not as big of a project as Arkwright.
No, and,
You know, we're not moving it. We just want to paint it.
right,
And I don't see why it's, other than that you need the money, we have to find a way to get the money, but it shouldn't be.
I mean, like I've told the powers to be that many people, contractors have offered to paint the building for the
Agreed.
cost of the paint.
Yeah.
I know we have to have police detail, that's gonna cost money, but
Yeah.
we have to start somewhere.
Exactly. And if people are willing to donate, that's what I was saying earlier. You tap into your citizenry and use it to your advantage. It doesn't have to be complicated.
Yep.
No, not
But
at all.
we'll see. We're gonna try. But, you know, I'd like to see it painted. And the signs painted too, the signs that are on them, the Pride of Rhode Island, a rusty bridge, that cracks me up,
Yeah,
you know? But
I know.
anyway. Okay,
All set.
we've got things to work on. Anything else, Sandy, for you?
no, that's about it.
Okay, hope you feel better.
Yeah, thanks.
We'll
Bye,
talk to you
John.
later.
Bye, thank you.
Okay,
Make a motion to
to
adjourn.
adjourn, yeah.
I'll second the motion.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?